Hello, I'm here today to do the Booktube Dog Tag, and I'm here with my 8-month-old puppy, and I have snacks in my hand. That's why she's so intently staring at me. I'm going to try to bribe her into being on camera and being okay. And the first question is, tell us something about your dog. Ready? Sit. Good girl. So this is Bonnie. She's soon 8 months old, and she is a German Alsatian Münsterländer mix. Münsterländer is a German hunting dog, and she's still very puppyish and energetic, and wakes me up in the morning because she wants to go outside. And the second or first bookish question in the Booktube Dog Tag is, what would be your dog's favourite book? And I chose Meg Wolitzer, The Interestings, which I thought was an excellent book. I chose it not because my dog is so terribly literate, but because it's about a group of friends and how through thick and thin their ties never really fully rupture, and they spend their childhood together, their teenage years together, their adult lives together, and the main thing Bonnie wants to do is be with people. She likes all my friends, she likes all new people we meet, and really doesn't like being alone, which is what we're struggling with the most at the moment in her puppy brain, learning that I will come back, and this is something these characters also deal with, learning to be on their own. Spell out the name of your dog with the first letter of the books. Hey, sit. Yeah, down. Good girl. I've found books to spell out her name, although surprisingly N was very difficult. So B for Bonnie, I chose A Brave New World because I had to be a bit brave, and this is all very new for me as well. I chose O, Oryx and Crake, which is a book that I have owned for ages, have never read, although I bet I'll love it. And I always wanted a dog for a very long time, and now I actually did it and it was worth it. For N, like I said, I didn't really find any fiction books. I chose my Dorling Kindersley Guide of the Netherlands, Niederlande in German, which I got as a gift just before I moved to the Netherlands for my studies. And the other N, because I spell Bonnie with 2 N's, is a Dutch book called Nietzsche en Kant lezen de Krant. Basically, Nietzsche and Kant read the newspapers, and it's a non-fiction book referring philosophers back to what's happening in present day news. I say that, but I have never read it, so there you go. I had to pick a book that I hadn't read because I didn't have any better ones, sorry. And then for I, because I spell Bunny with I-E, I chose Ich wuchs auf einem Schrottplatz auf, wo ich lernte, mich von Radkappen und Stoßstangen zu ernähren. Very long title, German book by the author Antonia Baum. And this is a book that basically follows the life of a girl and her family and her very confused, unfair dad who always gets up to no good. And she tells her story from a very naive, childish that's point of view. I got this from my best friend, and Bonnie's my best doggish friend, so that's somewhat appropriate. And for E, I chose Enduring Love by Ian McEwan, which, if pressed, I would say is my favourite book ever, so that's fitting. The next question is, what's your dog's relationship with books? Should we find out? No, if pressed, she'll choose food. Good girl. That hasn't always been that way though. She craves attention, and if I do read a book, I have gotten a few tooth marks on books that I have been reading in the past. I've also gotten tooth marks on a book that I had only borrowed, which is more annoying. The next question is, what's your favourite book with a dog? And I chose The 1+1 by Jojo Moyes, which is a really frilly, happy book. Jojo Moyes obviously is mainly most famous for Me Before You. I like this book more. It is not quite as heavy. I like the characters in it. It's about a single mum and her 2 children, and they have a big scruffy dog who has quite a superstar role in the end, and how they sort of struggle through life, and in the end, because they stick together and love each other, it all works out, sort of. The next question asks to find a book on your shelves with a dog on it, and I chose The Humans by Matt Haig. This is a book that I read a long time ago. It has a little doggy on the cover, which is the dog of the family whose husband's body gets taken over by an alien. That sentence was more complicated than it was. Don't remember the details. Remember this being a fun read though, and it was everywhere in the bookshops in Germany for some reason. Yeah. Sit. Leave it. So the next question asks for a book on your TBR that has dog in the title or on the cover. I did the closest I could find, which is a book called My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologizes, which is on my TBR. It is a book by Frederick Backman, who wrote A Man Called Ove, which I read and really liked. A Man Called Ove being about this sort of old grumpy man who's a widower and sort of forges new relationships in his neighbourhood. This book I don't know much about, mainly that it's about an author, and it's about a small girl and her storytelling grandmother. Hey, what? The cover has what looks like an Irish wolfhound on it, so I'm counting it. So those are all the questions of the book tag. The last question is to tag someone. I'm going to go ahead and try to tag Kathy from Another Great etc. because I think she's just an excellent German YouTuber. But I'm new to this whole game, so I don't really know how I'll succeed in doing that. But it would be really cool if she did it with any kind of dog she can borrow, really. Come here. Say goodbye. So, this is it from us. I'm going to play with my dog now, and I hope you all have a really good day. Bye-bye.